Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is sponsored by Pronunciation Mastery, and we're talking all things language learning. If you're anything like me, you've probably scrolled through TikTok and wished you could understand those videos in a million different languages. Whatever your language goals are, Pronunciation Mastery is here to help you achieve them with their action plan for English mastery in 2025. Basically, it's a super detailed guide to help you become fluent in English. So, if you're ready to ditch those subtitles and confidently rock out to your favorite English songs, stay tuned because we're about to break down this whole action plan step by step. Let's explore how you can achieve mastery in English over the next few years. Okay, so first things first, we need to talk about goals. Setting goals is crucial because it gives you a clear direction and something to strive for. It's easy to say, I want to be fluent in English, but what does that even mean? Fluency can be different for everyone. Do you want to debate Shakespeare or just order a coffee without panic? Maybe you want to travel and chat with locals. Both are valid. But you need to figure out what you actually want to achieve. The more specific, the better. Grab your favorite notebook and let's get specific. Think about what success looks like for you. Do you want to slay at English conversations? Maybe you want to join a book club, or maybe you're more interested in understanding those super long English novels everyone pretends to have read. Write down your goals, and don't be afraid to get super granular. The more detailed, the clearer your path will be. Instead of saying, I want to be a better writer, try I want to write for 15 minutes every day, or I want to write a blog post every week, or I want to finish writing a short story in English by the end of the year. These specific goals make it easier to track progress, and for real, write those goals down. Don't just keep them in your head. There's something magical about putting pen to paper. It solidifies your commitment. It makes it feel way more real and official, so let's get those goals down and start working towards them. Okay, so you've got your crystal clear goals, you're feeling super motivated, and you're ready to conquer the English language. That's fantastic. But now what? Well, here's the thing. Learning a new language is kind of like going to the gym. You can't just go once a month and expect to have rock-hard abs. It takes dedication and regular effort. You gotta put in the work consistently. Just like with fitness, consistency is the secret sauce. That's where the daily practice routine comes in. It's all about building those habits. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, just a little bit of English every single day can make a huge difference. Even 10 minutes can add up over time. Think about it. You probably spend hours scrolling through TikTok every day, right? Imagine if you use some of that time for learning. What if you swapped out just 30 minutes of that scroll time for some English practice? It could be a game changer. You could listen to an English podcast while you're doing your makeup or even while cooking, or watch an episode of your favorite Netflix show in English with subtitles. It's a fun way to learn. And speaking of apps, there are so many amazing language learning apps out there these days. They make learning accessible and enjoyable. Duolingo and Babbel are super popular and they offer structured lessons that are easy to follow. They make learning English feel like a game, which keeps you engaged and motivated. Plus, they're on your phone so you can practice anywhere, anytime. No excuses, just consistent progress. Okay, so this chapter is all about talking to actual human beings who speak English. Engaging in real conversations is a crucial step in mastering any language, and English is no exception. I know it sounds scary, but trust me, it's not as terrifying as it seems. The initial fear is natural, but overcoming it can be incredibly rewarding. Plus, it's one of the best ways to improve your English. Engaging in conversations helps you learn new vocabulary, understand different accents, and get a feel for the natural flow of the language. Think about it, you probably learned your first language by listening to your parents and trying to copy them, right? This immersive method is incredibly effective. Well, the same principle applies to learning English. The more you immerse yourself in the language, the quicker you'll pick it up. The more you hear and speak English with native speakers, the more natural it will become. You'll start to think in English, which is a huge milestone in language learning. But where do you even find native English speakers to talk to? This can be a challenge, but there are plenty of resources available. Don't worry, I got you. There are many ways to connect with native speakers, even if you don't live in an English-speaking country. There are tons of language exchange programs and conversation clubs, both online and IRL. These platforms are designed to help you practice speaking in a supportive environment. Websites like Tandem and HelloTalk are super popular for finding language partners. These apps connect you with people who are eager to learn and teach languages. You can connect with people from all over the world who want to learn your language, and in exchange, you can practice your English with them. It's a win-win situation. And if you're feeling brave, try joining a local conversation club or meetup group. These gatherings are great for face-to-face practice and making new friends. It might seem intimidating at first, but everyone there is in the same boat, so it's actually a really supportive and fun environment to practice your English. You'll find that people are generally very encouraging. The most important thing is to just start talking, even if you feel awkward or make mistakes. Remember, every conversation is a step forward in your language learning journey. Okay, so we've already talked about language learning apps, but honestly, the world of technology has so much more to offer than just Duolingo. There are literally entire online courses dedicated to helping you master the English language. Websites like Coursera and Udemy have thousands of courses on pretty much any subject you can imagine, including English. And the best part is that many of them are taught by actual university professors and experts in the field. YouTube is another goldmine for English learning resources. There are thousands of channels dedicated to teaching English grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and everything in between. Some of my personal favorites are, insert your favorite English learning YouTube channels here. And if you're more of an auditory learner, definitely check out podcasts. There are podcasts for every interest imaginable, from true crime to pop culture to history. Okay, so this one might seem obvious, but immersing yourself in the English language as much as possible is one of the most effective ways to become fluent. But what does immersing yourself actually mean? Well, it means surrounding yourself with English as much as possible, even when you're not actively studying. Like, instead of watching that cheesy reality show with subtitles, try watching an English movie or TV show. Start with subtitles if you need them, but challenge yourself to gradually turn them off as your listening comprehension improves. Reading is another amazing way to immerse yourself in English. Books, magazines, blogs, news articles, literally anything you can get your hands on. Reading helps you expand your vocabulary, improve your grammar, and get a feel for the natural flow of the English language. The key is to put yourself in situations where you're forced to use English in a real-life setting. Alright, so we've talked about setting goals, practicing consistently, and immersing yourself in the English language. But how do you actually know if you're making progress? That's where regular assessment and feedback come in. It's important to check in with yourself periodically and see how far you've come. There are tons of online quizzes and tests that you can take to assess your English skills. Websites like FSET and Cambridge English offer free English proficiency tests that can give you a good idea of your current level. But sometimes the most valuable feedback comes from other people. If you're taking an English course, your teacher is a great resource for feedback, but even if you're not, you can always ask a friend or family member who speaks English fluently to listen to you speak or read something you've written. The key is to be open to constructive criticism. Okay, so learning a new language can definitely feel like a solo mission sometimes, but it really doesn't have to be. Building a supportive community of fellow English learners can make the journey way more fun and motivating. Like, imagine being able to share your struggles, celebrate your victories, and just geek out about English grammar with people who totally get it. That's the power of community. Luckily, in the age of the internet, finding your people has never been easier. There are tons of online forums, Facebook groups, and Reddit communities dedicated to English learning. Join a few that resonate with you, and don't be afraid to jump into the conversation. Ask questions, share your experiences, offer support to others. It's all about creating a positive and encouraging space for everyone to learn and grow. And if you're feeling extra social, try organizing an in-person meetup with some of your online language buddies. Okay, so we've talked about all the hard work that goes into mastering English, setting goals, practicing consistently, seeking feedback, and building community. But it's super important to remember to celebrate your accomplishments along the way. Seriously, give yourself a pat on the back for every milestone you reach, no matter how small it might seem. Did you finally nail that tricky grammar rule? Treat yourself to your favorite coffee. Did you finish reading an entire book in English? Time for a celebratory dance party. Celebrating your achievements helps you stay motivated and reminds you of how far you've come. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind of learning a new language, but taking the time to acknowledge and appreciate your progress can make the entire journey way more enjoyable. So go ahead, pop that champagne or sparkling grape juice, no judgment here, and give yourself some credit. So there you have it, guys. Pronunciation Mastery's action plan for English mastery in 2025. It might seem like a lot to take in, but remember, the most important thing is to just start somewhere. Pick one or two things from this plan that resonate with you and commit to incorporating them into your life. And remember, learning a new language is a journey, not a race. There will be ups and downs, moments of frustration and moments of triumph. But as long as you stay consistent, stay motivated, and stay focused on your goals, you will achieve English mastery. I believe in you. Now go out there and conquer the English language. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more language learning tips and tricks. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more tips on mastering English and other languages.